Morning, YouTube. Pipe Noob here. It's a Sunday morning. I'm in Kansas at my mom's, and just kind of wanted to reach out and say hi to y'all. Let's see what's going on. A lot of big things going on, and this is going to be kind of not going to be a traditional Pipe Noob video. I'm not going to smoke a new tobacco today. I'm not going to have any cute stories about my dogs. Just going to kind of talk with y'all a bit. Reason why I'm here in Kansas is because my mom's pretty sick, and she's in the hospital right now. She's in the hospital over in Wichita. I was there all night Friday night. We were there most of the day Saturday. We came back home, and we're heading back on Sunday. She's doing better now, but my mom's not in top health. Let's see why what's going on. She had brain surgery to put a not to put a spin on it. She had brain surgery. She had a spot on her brain. They needed to go in and they needed to take it out and they needed to check it, and they needed to make sure it wasn't a tumor. I haven't really talked about it much, but my mom's been fighting lung cancer for about a year. And I kept it kind of quiet because, my mom wanted to keep it quiet. It's her business. It's personal. So I can respect that. So she's been amazing. She's been absolutely amazing fighting it, and real inspiration to me. I'm gonna try real hard not to tear up on here, but if I do, just kind of do me a favor and look the other way, okay? So anyway, she's been a real inspiration to me, and she's making really good progress. Now, at the very start of the treatments, they noticed she had a little spot on her brain, and they wanted to keep an eye on it. And now, pretty close to a year out, she's out of the chemo, she's out of the radiation, she's on some infusion therapy type thing, and all of a sudden that spot got a little bigger, and they said, "Oh, we better go check it out." So my mom had brain surgery on Friday, and that's not something anybody should ever have to say. "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm pretty good." So my mom had brain surgery. Doesn't roll off the tongue. Brain surgery went really, really well. Again, boy, that just sounds weird. Yeah, the brain surgery went really, really well. Seems to be no collateral damage. The spot they took out was fairly small. But still, they cut open her skull and scraped something off the top of her brain. And that's just, it just freaks me right the fuck out, to be honest. Give me a second here. Well, the interesting thing is, so she got out of brain surgery, she got in late, and shit, it only took like an hour and a half for the surgery, for the actual surgery part, which just, that's unreal to me. That's something you think would take like 8 hours, right? Well, she got out, she's in her ICU room, and I spent the night with her. My wife's out here too, and I spent the night with her. My wife came back to the house to take care of mom's dog, and I was up probably about every 15 minutes checking on her. They let me sleep in her ICU room. They had a recliner there, and so I just kind of chilled back in the recliner. But I was nervous as a cat, and she was super groggy coming out. And I got up, like I said, about every 15, 20 minutes checking on her, and didn't get much sleep. Then my wife came up in the morning, Saturday morning, and we spent the day with her up there, and she was doing really, really good yesterday when I left. Her appetite was back. She was hungry. She ordered a breakfast for dinner, which is something her and I both love. For dinner she wanted scrambled eggs, cheese, sausage, toast with strawberry jam, and coffee. And I pity the fool that gets in between her and her coffee, because she hadn't had coffee for like 2 days. Um, my mom's all but 4'10", 100 pounds, sopping wet, two big rocks in her pocket. Feisty, super super feisty. But yeah, she was doing really good. She was talking to people on the phone, playing on her iPad. She was going to lay down and take a nap after she got done eating when we left. So we came home, ate a little bit. What did I eat? I ate a couple slices of ham, bits and bobs of cheese or something like that. My wife had chips and guacamole, so she didn't do much better than I did. Went to bed about 8. We were both exhausted. And got up now at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Kansas. It's been raining quite a bit, so it's got that freshly scrubbed feel to the air. A lot nicer than the air we've been dealing with in the Bay Area lately, with all the fires going on. She's going to be okay. She was already out of ICU. They took her out of ICU yesterday, so she was in a regular room. And the staff over there at the hospital she's at St. Francis in Wichita, Via Christi, and they are just wonderful. They are just absolutely wonderful, treating her like a queen and taking good care of her. Couldn't ask for more. But yeah, she's already up and arguing with people, and like I said, talking on her phone, and the only side effect of the surgery seems to be the fact that now she's got front half of her hair missing. she told me. Now, my mom did really really well through chemo and radiation treatment and all that other stuff, and she never got sick, and she didn't even lose her hair until right after she was done with chemo. And she told me, I just got my hair back. Now they're taking it again. Yeah, Mom. At least you got hair, okay? Like I said, I'm sorry, folks. I don't have a whole lot to talk about pipe related today. I'm just going to kind of talk about my mom, and if you want to just skip forward, I'll understand. This is more, I guess, cathartic for me than anything else. I will talk a little bit. So I'm out back. I'm smoking my cob. I'm revisiting. I had a little bit of that McBaron's Scottish mixture that I brought with me to Mom's, and I got some Carter Hall here as well. I haven't opened the Carter Hall yet. I'm trying to finish up the McBaron's mixture Scottish, and it's actually pretty good in the cob. I think it's better in a briar, and you won't hear me say that very often, but it's pretty damn good in the cob too. Just got out of lighter fluid, my lighter. Okay, so nice. So you might be asking yourself, so Gary, Mom has lung cancer. Why are you smoking a pipe? And I've been asking myself that too. Now, I'm not going to stop smoking this pipe. I'm not going to stop smoking a cigar or smoking cigars. My mom's lung cancer. Now, my mom was a smoker. She smoked cigarettes for a good portion of her life. But she quit a long, long time ago. And but she also worked at a foundry. And the doctor told her that he believes that her cancer came not from the smoking, but from exposure to all the stuff in the foundry. And that's where she got her COPD from as well. So there is that. Now, I'm not playing pretend. I'm not trying to pretend that smoking is not bad for you. But let's talk a little bit about the risks of pipe smoking versus the risks of cigar smoking and cigarette smoking. Because if you're a noob and you're looking to get into pipe smoking and you're coming to me and you're looking for advice, I'm going to tell you, think very, very carefully about what you're doing. Make an informed choice, make an informed decision, know what you're doing, know what you're risking, and know what you're gaining from that risk. So, let's talk about cigarette smoking. Cigarette smoking, what are some of the differences between cigarette, cigar, and pipe smoking? Okay, well, cigarette smoking, you inhale it. All that smoke's going into your lungs. That's some pretty bad shit. I'm not a cigarette smoker. I've never been a cigarette smoker. I can't ever imagine being a cigarette smoker. Not meaning to be judgmental or anything, but in my opinion, cigarettes are for people that just want a nicotine delivery system. They're not really trying to enjoy the process or the tobacco or the flavors. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging you for that. God knows I love nicotine. And God knows I know that how stressful life can be, and sometimes you need something to just take a little bit of the edge off. I got a little bit of Bailey's Irish Cream in my coffee again, and it's 7:30 in the morning. Don't tell. So no, trust me, I understand. I'm not judging you. But I'm saying there's a different approach. So now, cigar smoking. At least for me, I love my cigars. My wife got me interested in the cigars because her dad smoked cigars. And she got me my first box of cigars, Cuban cigars, as it happened to be, in Victoria, in Canada, while we were on a cruise. Monte Cristo number 4s. And they were pretty damn good. Yeah, really. Lighter fluid's getting really low in my lighter. I need to get some. Cigar smoking to me is a social thing. I like being around other cigar smokers and trading lies. Sitting around, swapping lies, telling stories, having a good time, listening to stories, making fun of people, getting made fun of. To me, cigars are much more enjoyable when I'm with other people. Now, I'll enjoy a cigar by myself. I'll sit back and I'll get a cigar and I'll contemplate life and smoke my cigar and listen to some jazz and drink some scotch and, chill out and calm down. But for the most part, the process of smoking a cigar, to me, is more enjoyable when there's a lot of people around. Why is it whenever I do these things, airplanes appear? I don't know what the hell it is. I'm 1,500 miles, 1,800 miles away from my home right now, and still airplanes flying over. So anyway, that's cigars. Now, pipes, on the other hand, I'll smoke a pipe around people. But pipes, mainly to me, are private, contemplative type things, where I'm sitting there and I'm relaxing. I'm kind of checking out for a little bit. I'm thinking about things. They're not so much about delivering nicotine. They're not so much about the social nature. It's sort of the exact opposite of cigars, where I will enjoy them around other people, but I prefer to just be able to sit and think when I've got a pipe. So I feel like I'm the thinking man when I've got a pipe. And that's a big difference. Now, with cigars and pipes, you do not inhale. And if you're inhaling, you need to stop. Okay? You need to stop doing it. Do not inhale. First off, the smoke is unfiltered. It's really harsh. It's super fucking bad for you to inhale. There are risks associated with smoking, and you just multiply those risks by about 1,000. I'm just making that number up, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it was pretty damn accurate. if you're smoking, or I mean if you're inhaling. Now, retrohaling is a little bit different because retrohaling, it never goes into your lungs. Retrohaling is when you kind of swallow just a tiny little bit of the smoke and then it comes back up out through your nose. Well, I've talked about retrohaling before. If you want to know more about it, let me know and I'll do a show on it. But don't fool yourself. You are upping your risks ever so slightly by imbibing tobacco in any way, shape, or form. There are degrees. Now, I've read a lot of studies from the 60s, so I don't know how much I trust them, but they're from the 60s, about the incidence of cancer in pipe smokers was equivalent to, or not even really measurably above the norm for the population. So there is some science to say that you're not really upping your risks of cigar smoking by that much. Bear in mind also that in those days, pretty much everybody smoked, and you were around smoke all the time anyway, and so even non-smokers were around secondhand smoke all the time, and so their chances of cancer or lung cancer were higher anyway. So that might have had something to do with it. But I don't feel like I'm putting myself too terribly at risk by smoking my pipe. Maybe I'm fooling myself, I don't know. I've been told I'm a pretty intelligent man, and I think things through, and I do a lot of research, and I do a lot of reading, and I do a lot of studying, and I'm okay and I'm comfortable with my decision. My point is, you need to be informed, and you need to understand what you're doing, and you need to be okay and comfortable with your decisions. Life is terminal. Nobody gets out of it alive. And it's a matter of enjoying it along the way. It's a matter of making good friends. It's a matter of loving other people and being loved. Life is a measure of what you leave behind. I don't have any children of my own to leave behind. I have a stepdaughter who is amazing, my wife's daughter. I kind of wish she was my daughter, except the problem is I really like her dad too. And I wouldn't want to take the joy of being her dad away from her dad, even though I would love to be her biological dad. But I do love her dearly. So I have that. I have 3 godchildren that I just, it make me smile just thinking about them. God, I love those kids. I have some friends. I'm not the type that make a huge amount of friends, but the friends that I do make really, really matter. I have some really, really good friends. Some friends that I haven't talked to in quite a while, who I know that if I called right now, it'd be like, hey, what are you doing? Just talked to you yesterday, sort of thing. I have a pipe that won't stay lit. I have a wife who, quite frankly, I don't always think I deserve. She's amazing. I don't know how I fucked up so bad the first time with the first woman that I married, and then turned around and flip-flopped and did it so right the second time. Well, God knows I'm grateful about that. Because she is everything that I wanted before I even knew what I wanted. I've got family that I get ultimately aggravated with and love. You know, you got family that you just can't stand sometimes, but you still love them dearly, and you'd go to the wall for them. Oh, yeah, welcome to my life. So, anyway, getting back to, I guess if this is going to have a theme for today, which I like to have a theme for, what tobacco am I smoking, or what am I trying to teach y'all, or anything. I'm trying to talk a little bit about What the risks are, know your risks, know what you're doing, know what you're getting back. Go into everything that you do with your eyes wide open. Don't drift. Don't back up into it. And don't fool yourself. This hobby that we got, yeah, it's going to up your chances a little bit. Up your chances of bad shit happening to you. Like everything, I do it in moderation. I don't smoke all the time. A lot of people I see, oh, I'm smoking 2-3 bowls a day. Well, okay, well, that's good for you. I smoke, I don't know, maybe some weeks 2-3 bowls a week. Some weeks I'll get up every morning and I'll smoke a bowl. Smoke a bowl. I'm not smoking pot. I'll have a bowl of tobacco. Other times I'll go 3 or 4 days without having one. Sometimes I'll go a week or so without having one. Don't let it control you. Don't let anything control you. Don't let the tobacco control you. Don't let anything control you. Other than the normal shit, okay? Don't go out on a rampage. Let society control you a little bit, because we live in a civilized society for a reason. So you know what I'm talking about. Don't let things like this control you. Don't use that as an excuse. If you feel like this is controlling you, I don't want to hear any excuses. I want you to make it stop. Okay? Because this is not worth it. Now, let's talk about the benefits. Talk about what it is worth. There's the obvious chemical benefits. Bowl of tobacco calms me down. The nicotine calms me down. When I'm really, really stressed, I'm really trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and I'm really getting aggravated because my pipe won't stay lit, the nicotine will calm me down. All I can think of is pretty humid here, and maybe my tobacco is getting a little humid. I've got it in my little plaid roll-up pouch. I don't have much left. Anyway, it calms me down. Also, the process and the ritual of packing my pipe and loading it and lighting it and sitting somewhere with a cup of coffee or a glass of whiskey or a soda or whatever I've got, and listening to the birds or even talking to y'all calms me down. And that's worth a lot in this world. That's worth a lot. All of our lives are crazy. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. I don't care which side of the fence you're on politics. It's crazy on either side. We've got natural disasters happening. We got hurricanes happening. We got people being mean to each other. We got it's just crazy. There's more divisions going on in there than there is coming together. And that's just got to stop. And if taking a second, taking an hour of your life to sit down, a bowl of tobacco, and thinking about things puts you in a better place, then by all means do it. I get a lot of benefit from this. Yeah, there's the flavor. I enjoy the flavor. I enjoy going through the different tobaccos. There's all that stuff. But it's more about the serenity the fleeting serenity that I get from stepping out of life for an hour and sitting somewhere and thinking and being quiet. And that's what I'm doing this morning. Thinking about my mom, thinking about all the stuff I need to do to get ready to head back up to Wichita and see her, spend the day with her up there. Hopefully she'll be getting out of the hospital tomorrow. Can you believe that? Brain surgery on Friday and getting out of the hospital on Monday. That's crazy. She'll heal a lot faster at home. She'll be home. Her dog misses her something fierce. And she's got a beautiful, snug, little cozy house with a ginormous backyard. And my wife and I will be here to take care of her. I'm going to be here for probably through the end of the month, through the end of September, beginning of October. My wife, we haven't decided when she's going to go back yet. Neither of us bought return tickets yet. You know, and thank you, Lord, for putting me in a position where I can buy a ticket, you know, at a moment's notice. And thank you, Lord, for making sure I have a job that allows me to work remotely like this. Because I've been working while I'm out here. I'll be honest, I didn't get much work done on Friday. I tried to do a bunch of my Friday work on Thursday because I knew I wasn't going to be worth a damn on Friday. But anyway, so thank you all for listening to me ramble. I did get the giveaway stuff out to I think only 2 of y'all responded to me with your addresses, and then I got up this morning and I had email from a third. But I'd already made up the packages for the other 2, so the third one, that'll go out when I get back to California. I haven't forgotten about you, brother. The other 2 of you, go ahead and send me some email. Give me your mailing addresses. You know who you are. If you put a comment on that giveaway video, you're a winner. Simple. As a matter of fact, simple way to figure it out. I don't have much else to say. Thank y'all for listening to me. My apologies for it not being a regular pipe video. Didn't talk very much about tobacco. What did we talk about? We talked about, I remember I had an episode a while back that said, why do you smoke? And I didn't really get into a lot of it. Talked a little bit about it. Talked about the calming aspect of it for me. But I guess what I'm saying is you should think about it. And have a good one.